Welcome back to Turning Point, the show where we examine pro-level plays that determine the outcome of matches. Let's set the stage. We have Corky, Nami, and Jace coming in for Purple Team. Elise is nearby at the 3 Wolf camp, and she has positioned herself to enter mid lane once a fight breaks out. Shaco is coming in from the other side and will soon be in a position to engage. As we switch over to blue side, watch Purple Team's ward vision. They knew Zac could try to initiate from here, but Zac is well beyond vision range, and he's been here for about 30 seconds. Zac can be so far away from the fight because of his exceptionally long lunge that allows him to initiate from a huge distance. Defending the tower are Darius, Leona, Kennen, and Twitch. Blue Team is extremely far behind Purple Team in terms of gold, with 30,000 gold and down almost 8,000 compared to Purple Team. Alright, so let's pay attention to this initiation. Watch Corky carefully here as he attacks the tower. Zac is just off screen. He's about to lunge in, and watch this. As Corky tries to dash out, he's blocked by Zac. And then he's stopped by Leona, and then he's pulled in by Darius. All of this, with Kennen coming on top of this, all of this makes for an absolutely brutal initiation, knocking Corky out of the fight right off the bat. And then we've got Kennen, who's got his AoE, he's got his stuns going out, and this is going to allow them to lock down Nami, just absolutely destroy her. She has no chance of getting away. Jace is backing off. He's got a little bit of distance. He's going to be able to get out of this fight if he so chooses. And keep in mind, Elise was off to the side, and she has not engaged, and Shaco's on the other side of this lane, and he is not engaged either. Blue Team continues pushing up mid lane. Now note that they have 2 low health players, the Kennen and the Leona, and Shaco's coming in through the 4 Wraith camp, and he's about to jump over the wall and try to do a takedown on at least one of these players. Now Shaco is not the best team fighting champion. Late game he really falls off, especially in this case. This Shaco did extraordinarily well the entire early game. But he's not quite as strong in this situation because he doesn't bring a lot of utility, but he does bring damage. As Shaco nukes down Leona, Elise is entering the lane as well, but between Zac and Kennen, Elise is going to get crowd controlled and she's going to easily be killed by the Twitch and the Darius. Which just leaves Shaco surrounded by the entire blue team. He is going to be able to take out Twitch, he does have enough damage to do that, but he's not really going to bring much more to the table than that. He can't walk out of this. You can see Jace is just off screen, right as all of this is happening, and Jace is moving in to get a little bit more damage, but he makes a mistake. Jace can normally stay at a long enough distance away from Darius that Darius has no opportunity to pull him back in. But right here he turns around just a little bit, maybe for an auto attack or whatever, but he is in range of that apprehend. He could have stayed further back, he could have poked a little, at the very least he could have avoided dying and maybe kept them off a tower. Here the fight ends, Darius walks out with a triple kill, and that's an ace for Blue Team. Alright, so let's watch this fight at full speed. Now this initiation, like I mentioned, this is beautiful. Especially that Zac staying off screen, out of that ward vision. He has a really long jump range. The other thing to keep in mind, again, the Elise was off to the side, the Shaco was off to the side, and they come in late. It's a 5-on-3 at this point at best. The thing they need to realize is that Darius is doing exceptionally well. He's basically at full health. He's going to be able to get a lot of damage out. They should not have gone into this. They really shouldn't have, and they shouldn't have let themselves get caught. Once they had lost those 2 people at the beginning, they needed to back off. This was a true turning point. Purple Team had a massive lead over Blue Team, but from this point on, Blue Team won every major engagement they got into. Part of the problem is something we touched on already. Shaco did not bring a lot to team fights. He brought damage, but he wasn't able to bring much more, and he was fragile. So despite doing really well in the early game, he just didn't bring enough, and he was staying with those team fights and not doing an effective job split pushing or doing other things to disrupt the enemy team. Blue Team decisively wins this game. Thanks for watching this episode of Turning Point. Let me know in the comments below how you would have handled this fight differently.